I don't want to have children. I'm sorry. That doesn't fit what your idea of a woman is. I'm sorry. No, not really. Not really. Get triggered by women who don't want to have children. How about we work on fixing all the reasons why we don't want to have children in the first place? Like, one, I can barely afford to take care of myself. To any of you who think that a woman's worth it comes from having children, to any of you who think that a woman's worth comes from having children, go and fuck yourself. Hola, muchachos. Hola, hola, muchachos. Muchachos. Mucha. That was hella flat. This is why I don't sing. I'm an okay singer, but I'm not a great, amazing singer. I'll probably never make it. But if the little pump can make it, then I guess I might have some chance, you might think, right? I might have some chance. Hello. Hi. Wasabi. I love Japanese food. You didn't ask, but I don't know why else you'd be here. How are you? It's only been 300 views for like my first video on this whole Reddit series, at least as of now. And I'm not used to getting this much attention. I ended up getting like 6 comments on my last video, and that's a lot for somebody who only gets 0. Or 1 from the occasional family member who's like, "You got this, Maya, keep going." I don't know if I'll ever be popular one day, but I've been on for over 6 months now. I think it's been a wild ride so far. My bitch ass only has 35 subscribers as of now, and I'm already freaking out with all this attention that I've been getting. I don't really want to be famous, like Masego said. Don't really want to be famous no more. I just want to be comfortable. If I can get to 200,000 subscribers, that's all I want. That's enough for me to be comfortable. Today we are going to be, well, yes, you know, you're here for the Reddit shit posts that come from the incel community. Those who believe that women are not special, or they believe that women are special. We're neither. We're just people. We're human beings. There is nothing inherently special or unspecial about us. We're just women. I'll definitely be doing some more incel posts, but today I don't think it's going to be specifically on that. We're going to be going out a little bit today and branching out on some unpopular opinions about life and work. It's not just incel behavior, but there will be incel behavior because that is what is normally in my feed. It's kind of hard to miss it. It's everywhere ever since Andrew Tate and the Unfresh and Unfit podcast. Shit's been blowing up for that community, so I'm here to cover it all. Welcome to Closeted Thoughts. Yes, I am in a closet. Yes, I have issues. Do I be looking like a gothic clown today? Yes, I do be. But that's okay, because that's just me. I am comfortable with who I am. I'm not one to take myself very seriously, and I hope the same for all of you. And if not, perhaps I can inspire that in some of you who hate yourselves enough to come and hate on my posts. More self-love to all of you. Oh, and to all of my haters, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can be updated on a new video, so that you can always be the first to hate. You can always be ready to hate on my videos. Be consistent. Reddit is quite the place. No activity. I don't want to move today. Activity. I do not want to move today. The incel side of Reddit strikes again. Used goods girlfriend claims men are trash but can't without dick for more than a week. That tattoo? I low-key know somebody with a tattoo like that. Oh, Calvin Klein. Whoever drew this is a master artist. A master artist. Basic flower tattoo on forearm. Claims to be emotionally abused by every ex. Fucks a guy friend immediately after breakups. Has done anal. Will dump you and shows zero emotion. Says she's just not sexual anymore after the honeymoon phase. Lost virginity at 15 or younger. Says you're toxic if you don't agree to an open relationship. Desensitized clit from years of pump and dumps vibrators. Is a feminist to justify her self-destructive lifestyle. Crippling weed addiction. Antidepressants therapy but makes zero progress. Dead-end job. cuts her hair short, and claims to be a whole new woman. I feel like I'm being attacked. Has an IUD to prevent any social responsibility. Okay, social responsibility? What the hell does it... What do you mean social responsibility? Responsibility or not, she's being responsible by making sure that she's not going to have a kid that she's not prepared for / doesn't want. What is the problem in that? What is the fucking problem? Am I not worth anything if I don't want to have children? I guess I might as well just go and off myself, right? Because I don't want to have children. Please, please, please explain to me why we must all have children. To have worth must be mothers. To have worth. Okay. I don't know if I will ever have children. I've had pets before, and I didn't even like them. I don't know. I don't like maintenance. I don't like responsibility. Sue me. Fucking sue me. Sue me because I don't want to have children. Do it. I don't want to have children. I'm sorry. That doesn't fit what your idea of a woman is. I'm sorry. No, not really. Not really. Get triggered. Get triggered by women who don't want to have children. How about we work on fixing all the reasons why we don't want to have children in the first place? Like, one, I can barely afford to take care of myself. Even if I were to work fucking minimum wage, I would get nowhere in life. And then guess what? I would be another quote-unquote welfare queen living off of the system, living off of your fucking taxes to help pay to keep my children and myself alive. But no, because we want to be responsible and plan a family and make sure that we are ready to have such a responsibility, because there is no bigger responsibility than having children. We are not real women because we do not want to have children. To any of you who think that a woman's worth, it comes from having children, to any of you who think that a woman's worth comes from having children, go and fuck yourself. Have a nice day. It's because I have a fucking uterus. Got me all fired up in here. To make some of you happy, maybe I'll just get it removed. How about that? Then I won't even need birth control. Then I won't even need to be a real woman because I have no uterus. Some women can't even have children. They're infertile. Part of me wishes that I am, because I have no plans on taking care of another human being. I have no plans on raising one. Stop telling us to have kids if we don't want to have kids. In fact, just stop telling people to have kids. People will have kids when they're ready. We have all these birthers, or as the anti-natalists would like to call them, breeders out here, having children for no fucking reason. Having children while they're poor. Having children when they are living off of food stamps. You would prefer for us to have children even if we can't afford them? Even if we don't want them? Even if we have mental issues and will never be able to properly nurture a child? No. It is an end all, because that is all we're good for. Women must only have children. That is all we're good for. Birthing babies and taking care of the home. I guess if some of us can't even take care of the home, I guess we're useless, right? I guess we're all just fucking useless when we don't have children. I don't want to have kids. I'm sorry if that offends you. Go impregnate your significant other. If that's what she wants, of course. Get off my ass. And go ride your significant others. Hooker? Used goods. Please stop referring to us as items. We are not items. How many times do I have to say this? We are people. We have feelings. And if you keep finding that you're on the side of forgetting that, you're probably single for good reason, or better off single because you don't know how to treat people with respect. Fucking used goods. I'm not an item. I'm not a grocery store item that you just pick up and buy. I am a person. We are people. But just because y'all are not comfortable in yourselves, and I don't know, I guess being superior is the only thing that gives you meaning in your life, because you must be superior to other people, to women. That is the only thing that gives your life meaning, that you find the need to constantly shit on women for just making normal decisions? Okay, sounds like you know more than me. Sounds like you're not miserable at all. Gun lovers and breeders No surprise here. It just seems like American Christians specifically like to go about telling other people what they should and shouldn't do with their life, according to their 1,000-year-old book that has been edited many of times by many different writers. Women probably did not help write the book at all. I don't know why I'm supposed to be so inspired by your hate for other people. There's no hate like Christian love. No hate like Christian love. Y'all go around telling gay people that they're an abomination, that birth control is unholy, unnatural, that we all must be doing what your God wants us to be doing. And if we are not, there is something wrong with us. We are going to hell. That's a great way to advertise your love, your message of love to the rest of the world. That's a great way to advertise that. Go around telling people that what they are doing right now, because you don't agree with it, it is somehow wrong. It is somehow going to damn us to the depths of hell. We all need to be having children, women. We need to be having children. Okay? That is what God intended for us. And that is the end of that. Doesn't matter what you want. It matters what God wants. Even though God doesn't talk to me. I don't know, maybe he gave up on me. Maybe he abandoned me. Perhaps he never loved me. I don't know. I don't know where he's at. Y'all keep telling me he told you this, he told you that. Why don't you send him to me yourself? I would like to hear it from his mouth, instead of from a 1,000-year-old book that has been edited many times by the hands of different men. Not women. Men. Send him to me yourself. I guess we're a little angry today because I'm sober. Don't film while sober, guys. You might end up yelling at your phone. I'm sorry, phone. This has nothing to do with you. I'm just upset. I'm upset on how the world is running today. I've been upset. To all my haters, your opinion matters more to me if you've actually watched the whole video than if you actually just saw the title and came to shit on it. I've been getting a bunch of comments that make absolutely no sense to me. I'm just like, did you even watch the video? Where in this video did I say that? Where? Y'all are coming to conclusions. I can tell you didn't watch the video, or you weren't paying attention if you did, because I doubt that you spent or took 40 minutes plus out of your time to listen to my point of view before commenting your stupid opinions. Basing it off the goddamn title. Just watch the video, and if you don't want to watch it, that's fine. Move on with your fucking life. It's really not that hard. At what point do we start to empower the choice to not have children? World population growth is steadily trending up and projects to reach 8.5 billion in 2030. Oh my god. People keep saying, have kids, have kids. If we don't have kids, the world will turn upside down. Do you think Mother Nature gives a shit if we have more humans on this planet? Mother Nature would probably prefer us not to have more children. But here we are. Here are all of you religious people telling us that we need to have children in order to have worth, in order to have true fulfillment and meaning in our lives. It's not that serious. The world was here before we were, and it will continue to go on without us. Why do I give a shit if there are more wage slaves helping the economy? I don't want to help the economy. I don't want to contribute to society, but I have no choice because I was born into it without my will. I had no choice in it. None of us did, but apparently Earth is some utopia. Humanity is some great blessing to planet Earth. Like, we don't pollute it, cut down trees, and just make things for us to give our lives meaning. None of these material objects have meaning at the end of the day. You can't take them with you to the afterlife, if you even believe in an afterlife. So what is the point? Why do we consume so much? Why do we consistently go out of our way to make money so that we can buy things that we will later throw away? Why do we make money to contribute to these corporations who don't give a shit about us? Why? I don't know about you. I said in my last video that shit wasn't working for me. I don't know, is it working for you? Lucky you then. I'm glad you're happy being a wage slave, working, I don't know how many hours you work a week. Full time, plus, less. You have to work to live. Work to live. Okay, if I stop working, I go homeless. And then I die. I saw a post on Quora where someone was complaining about, why do we still have SNAP? Why can't we just get rid of it? Homeless people can dig in trash cans and find food. So why do we have SNAP? Why are we putting taxes towards feeding people and children? Why would you say that? Everything is so angry when you look past your day-to-day monotonous lifestyle where you work and then you sleep and you eat and you work, weekend, work, eat, sleep. For some of you, there is school in the middle of that, just so that you can eventually get a better paying job so that you can continue to work, eat, and sleep. Sounds like a great deal to me. World population growth is steadily trending up and projects to reach 8.5 billion in 2030 and to increase further to 9.7 billion in 2050 and to 10.4 billion by 2100. Who knows if I'll even be alive by then? Why do we need more people when we already cannot afford to feed the people who are already here? We have poverty, we have starving children, we have people who are barely meeting ends meet. But we should have more children because that is the answer. Why not just already take care of the people who are already here? But no, their lives don't fucking matter to you, right? Only the unborn. Only the unborn. We don't care about giving foster kids better situations. We don't care about making adoption an easier process so that kids can get good homes. Homes that they deserve. Homes where they can feel loved and cherished and important. But no. We all need to have more kids. That's gonna solve all of our fucking problems. More people added on top of the other people that governments can barely control, governments can barely support. Please tell me where the logic is in this, people. The quality of life and life expectancy rates are improving year over year as well. Considering these factors and a finite amount of resources available on this planet, at what point do we start to empower for the choice to not have children? Is the quality of life getting better? In other countries, yes. I would not say America. Okay, yes. I know damn well that as an American, I'm doing much better than somebody who is living in another country where their government has more corruption than we do. People keep trying to tell me that it's worse living overseas. I know that as an American, being poor here is probably like middle class elsewhere in the rest of the world. Just because we don't have as many issues as other countries does not mean that we cannot improve. Don't stay complacent. Complacency. No. Complacent people tire the hell out of me. Y'all are not happy, but you're okay with not being happy. I mean, okay, if that works for you, if you want to live a life of unhappiness where things aren't working for you, then by all means, more power to you. But they're not working for me. They're not working for the vast majority of us. And you sound really tone deaf. Do not see the world around you. I'm sorry that it's not perfect for me, but it's perfect for you, even though you're constantly complaining. People who complain all the time about the government, but do not vote, need to stop complaining. That's the end of that sentence. You need to stop complaining. If you have no plans on voting, please do me a favor and stop complaining. I don't want to hear your complaints about how the government this, the government that. I am upset about how much I have to do this in my life. I am upset about how I am living my life or how they expect us to live our life, but I won't go out of my way to vote for one day. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. If you don't vote, you don't get the right to complain. Get the fuck out of here. Get out. Go, mate. Go. Leave. I won't hear it. Your complaints mean nothing if you do not want to change anything. Get out. Voting is the bare minimum. I'm not asking you to go out and protest. I'm not asking you to go risk your lives while police throw tear gas at you. I'm just asking you to vote. That's all I'm asking you to do. And if you can't simply vote, you shouldn't be complaining. Go back and work your 9 to 5, Karen. Be gone. You don't get to complain. I don't know. Do you guys want to see some spice? Because this is all that this episode is going to be. Spice. Spice. Spice with lots of salt. Salty spices. Whole ass curry. By empower, I mean be more outspoken in support of those who have chosen to not have children and dispel any stigma regarding the choice. More effective than lowering consumption levels per person as well, having less consumers overall. Historically, there has been honor and pride in having long bloodlines, family traditions, ancestors, heir to the thrones, etc. would have to require human societies to undertake heavy reconsiderations of their own closest values. I can't speak for other places, but across the US, it's becoming common for people to be child-free. I have several friends of both genders in their 20s and 30s who are committed to being child-free. Some even have taken the medical steps. I think US culture is starting to shift more towards welcoming those that choose to be child-free. But there will always be people who, for whatever reason, look down on or disbelieve people who want to be child-free. I, for the longest time, knew that I didn't really want to have kids. And then I got older and I was like, I still don't want to have kids. I don't like pets. I don't want to have kids. If I already don't want to have pets, why the hell would I want to have children? Why the hell would I want to have children? It's not fulfilling to me to raise other people. I have a hard time raising myself to be the ideation of what a good person should be. It's already hard enough taking care of me. Maybe if we raise the minimum wage and fix a lot of these issues, aka banning abortions, are you trying to increase the amount of births in America? If I get pregnant and I can't get an abortion, I will stab myself to death. That is literally how it will go. I will not be taking care of children. I do not want children. I do not want children. I do not want children. Stop trying to force me to have babies. I do not want babies. I will say it 1,000,000 times. I do not want children. I'm sorry, SCOTUS. I know that's not what you wanted to hear. You thought that banning abortions might make me more open to the idea. That's not how it fucking works. It's not how it fucking works. I don't just change my mind because you changed the laws. I'll leave this fucking country if I have to. I'll leave. I don't give a shit. If you're trying to tell me that you don't give a shit about my well-being and my health, not to mention healthcare in this country. Healthcare in this country is a sham. Health insurance? What the fuck do I need insurance for if I get fucked up and have to go to the hospital and pay $1,000 anyways? Oh yes, let's pay insurance so that our bills at the hospital perhaps won't kill us. Healthcare should be a right, wherever the fuck you go. America wants to capitalize on everything. Everything, including your right to live. Some people here would rather sit in pain for weeks on end until they can't take it anymore than go to a doctor because they can't afford it. They can't go to a doctor because they will be in debt. I can't afford to be well in this country. Healthier food is more expensive. Organic is more expensive. That's a whole nother topic about whether organic is really better for you or not. But that's what I'm seeing everywhere around me. You're trying to tell me that health care is not important. You don't care about me. You don't give a shit. If I don't have money, I mean nothing to you. Never mind that I'm a human being, a person. I was forced here against my will. But no, you have to work to live. You must work until you die. They want to raise the retirement age. They were trying to do it in France. God bless France for not taking shit from their government like we do here. I know some of y'all went out there and protested. SCOTUS. And I applaud y'all for that. I'm not going to ignore the fact that people here are protesting. And now another thing is, the police force here is not like police forces in other countries. They're known to be carrying guns and to treat their civilians like shit. So many issues. I decided that I would start talking about things that matter, or that are affecting us now in our day-to-day. I don't want to start another YouTube channel where I'm just blind to everything happening and I'm romanticizing my life. No, there are problems happening. Some of y'all are blind to them. Some of y'all are deliberately ignorant and don't give a shit. As I like to often say, you either don't know or you don't care. A lot of y'all just don't care. And that's why we don't make any progress, because y'all don't give a shit. Make everything worse for the rest of us. But you consistently vote against your own interests. Make it make sense. You're miserable, and then you vote to be more miserable. Got a bitch pacing. 30-something attorney and my husband got the surgery to keep us child-free. The vast majority of our professional friends are also child-free. Of my coworkers, many are also child-free, and of the ones with kids, one was extremely outspoken that having kids was a mistake. Having kids was a mistake. Well, I have a friend who has 2 kids, and she tells me all the time, don't have kids, Maya. You'll regret it. It's not worth it. And I know it's not worth it. That's why I'm not trying to have kids. I see some of y'all out here, you are already working for minimum wage at food service. Okay? I know damn well y'all are getting paid the same as me. A measly $12 an hour. I was feeling lucky to be getting paid that back then. Okay, $12 an hour to serve people food. And you go out of your way to have more children on top of that? More children? Bitch, I know you broke. I know damn well you broke. Maybe these are the welfare queens that people are talking about, who think that their life might be easier if they have children. No! Your life is rough now. How is children going to make it easier? Because you're getting an extra $100 a month from the government for food for your kid? The extra $100 means that much to you for food? Regardless, you sound like you're struggling. But no, misery loves company. We must bring other people into this world to suffer with us. I don't want to suffer alone. I don't want to suffer alone. So let me bring these innocent children into this world so they can suffer with me. I need to suffer with someone else because suffering with my significant other wasn't enough. We need children to take our mind off of how miserable we are. We need children to help us find the true meaning of life. Y'all want to take care of something so bad? Adopt. The foster care system is shit. Make the lives around you a little better. I don't understand why you out here having children but you can't even take care of yourself. Now those kids are gonna grow up never having the potential to have everything that they need because you don't have everything that you need. The more I grow up, the more I feel bad for kids. The more I feel like we should hold parents accountable. We should always hold parents accountable. Sometimes, yes, you can't control if your kid comes out born a true psychopath or a sociopath, or comes out with mental issues. But you must be prepared for that when you sign up to be a parent. You don't get to hate your kid now that your kid has a disability. You should have thought about that before you had kids. In my white, younger, well-off, progressive, urban-leaning group, child-free is normalized. Well, that makes sense, I suppose. Antinatalists like to argue that even if you do have the means to support children, there's no reason why you should have them, per se. People need to remember that children aren't pets. Just because you think the baby is cute, the baby is gonna do whatever you ask it to, you can yell at children and order them around until they get to teenagers, and then that's when parents have big problems with them, because now they have their own minds, and you can't control them as much. Having children is not about controlling somebody, but some of y'all seem to forget that. Some of y'all seem to have children because you're lonely, because you're miserable, because you want something for yourself. They belong to you, but they don't belong to you. They are their own human beings. Beings. And they're not pets. They're not robots. They're not programmed to do whatever the hell you want them to do. So, when your child or your teenager starts disobeying you, are you ready for that? Are you ready to accept that this kid might be gay? Are you ready to be the parent of a gay child? Because some of you aren't. Oh, my child is gay. That's not allowed. It's not about allowing. You don't choose to be gay. You don't choose it. And if you're not ready for the potential of a gay child, do not have children. If you are not ready for the potential of a child born with a disability, do not have children. Do not have children for the wrong reasons. I am sick and tired of people telling us we need to have children when you're a shitty parent. Your life is in shambles, Karen. Shambles. But you are out here telling us we need to have children because that's what makes you fulfilled. That's what makes you feel fulfilled. Stop lying to yourself. I love how parents try to justify, oh yeah, parenting is hard, but I would never change it for the world. I would do it again 1,000,000 times because I don't know what else I'd be doing with my life. I have no hobbies. I have no interests in life. Raising children is all that it is to me. If you love children, genuinely love children, that is great. That is amazing. But you need to show me that you genuinely love them by choosing what is best for them. And that includes planning, making sure that you will have enough money to support you and your child, enough money to make sure that that child is comfortable and suffers the least in its life. But y'all don't care about that. Y'all don't care about that. It's just about having children. Having fucking children. That's all that matters. I don't care what happens to the child after it's born. I just care that you have children. That fetus is not going anywhere. That fetus deserves to be born. We need that fetus alive so that it can grow up in poor conditions. It can grow up in poverty. It can grow up with a basic education so that it can help run the economy as a wage slave. What if my child cured cancer? It hasn't been cured yet, Karen. We've been out here for a long, long time. You're trying to tell me that all of the educated people who have devoted their lives to researching cancer know less than your potential child. Get the fuck out. Leave. Take your ass out. But of course your white, younger, well-off, progressive, urban-leaning group is child-free. Progressive people tend to be educated. We evolve as human beings. That is what we do. That is literally our whole thing. We evolve. If you don't evolve, you don't grow, you rot. Some of y'all don't want to grow. Some of y'all don't want to progress. You want to conserve. What is there to conserve? Your Christian family values, your traditions, going back to where women were property and we couldn't work, we had no say? You want to conserve that? Well, I apologize, but I don't. I would like to progress to where we can continue to make things better. But some of y'all want to go back in time. Some of y'all want to go back to the past when slaves didn't have rights, when you were seen as 3/5 of a person, when everything was under the white man's control. Just because other people now have rights does not take away from your rights. You just want to control people. That's what I'm getting here. You just want to control people. And yes, that makes you a very not likable person. Amassing wealth often feels like a fool's game. It is well known that throughout the ages, many people have dedicated their lives to amassing great wealth. Few have ever achieved it while most ended up broken somewhere along the way. This pattern has obviously remained alive and well to this very day. In the end, is it even worth the many sacrifices? Once someone has enough resources to cover their living expenses, what more can they really buy? Are any of those purchases essential? Will they permanently change the course of a person's life for the better? Oftentimes, wealth seems to be conflated with personal worth. People either don't realize or don't want to acknowledge that no amount of wealth will ever elevate someone above merely being human. At this point, you may consider this. Once someone's wealth allows them to live in relative comfort, why should they go to great lengths, often sacrificing health and time in an attempt to amass excess wealth? To me, the void that is our meaningless existence cannot be filled, especially with something as human and artificially constructed as monetary wealth. I can agree with this. It does feel like a fool's game. What is the point? You cannot die with all your wealth. And if you have a family to pass it on to, I guess that's a different story. But why does somebody need $1 billion? Why does somebody need to be more than a millionaire? Why do you need to have all the money in the world? Why do you need to have as much money as possible? Why does the world evolve around fake? It's fake. Money isn't real. We made it up. Currency, money, dollars mean shit. Jack shit to animals. We have forgotten what we need as human beings. What we really need. Food, shelter, water, healthcare, meaning, purpose, love, attention. But no, we have somehow become focused on money solely. Money is all that there is to life now. That's all we chase now. Fake. We chase fake. Amassing large amounts of wealth, and it's never enough for some people. You want more and more and more and more, and then money becomes your life's purpose. I'm sorry you place your worth off of how much money you make. I'm sorry that money, fake, determines how much of a person you are, how much worth you hold as a human being. I'm sorry that is what they told you is all that matters in your life. If you have no money, you must be worthless. If you have no money, you must have no worth. Forget that you're a human being. We don't care. We need you to make babies so that those babies can grow up to be in the military or to work as wage slaves. Look around you. We are living in modern day slavery where they pay you the bare minimum and you are so busy working to pay your expensive ass bills, your expensive ass rent. It's all expensive because of greed. Everything in society is made up, but yes, we need you to help make the CEO richer so that he can fly his private jet across the world. We need you to help these poor corporations Because what will they do without all their money? I don't give a shit. Some of y'all are not looking at the bigger picture. This is not how life has always been. Some of us used to be able to live simple lives and to live off of the land, but now all we do is work. Work, eat, sleep, repeat. And if you're not working, then you are set up in school, you are set up in college to work towards working. Work to work so that you can work. Sounds like a great life to me. If that makes some of y'all happy, that's okay. That's okay. It's gonna be a while if we ever change the system. It'll be a while. So you'll get to have this for a long time. A long time. Perhaps you'll get to die a wage slave. So no need to worry about progressives coming over and ruining your perfect life, okay? We already know you don't give a shit. That's why things aren't changing. Because you don't care. You either don't know or you don't care. And I'm telling you now, this is modern day slavery. Slavery. You can't even afford healthcare. How great is that? How great is America when you can't even afford healthcare? If I, by some horrible chance, end up with a disease that is going to affect my life, I might as well just off myself. Because the alternative is dead. And at the end of the day, you can't even survive certain diseases like cancer, even with money. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. My kid will grow up to cure cancer, but they couldn't save Chadwick Boseman. Your kid is gonna grow up to be a wage slave, Karen. You're not special. Anybody who thinks they're special is special. In the wrong way. You are not special. The universe doesn't give a flying fuck about you. But y'all keep trying to prove otherwise. We are on this itty bitty whittle planet that we call Earth. The universe barely recognizes us. We aren't even a speck. A speck. But y'all think that the world is just the world. Forget that we are on a planet that is spinning around the sun. The sun doesn't even circle around us. We circle around the sun. We are not that significant. You are not important. It's hard for some people to hear that. I know damn well I'm not important. I am not important. There's nothing inherently special about me. My parents decided to have children because that's what the world told them would be fulfilling. So I'm here. I'm not here because I was chosen by God. I'm not here because I am special. I'm here because my mother got impregnated. And her pregnancy was successful. You can't bring your house and car into the coffin with you. It's funny, the conversations we have about people at the funeral parlor. We stand there next to the body in the casket and maybe then move away and talk about when they were drunk at the sister's wedding and made everybody laugh, or when they bought that car that nobody liked but they liked it. I have never heard somebody talk about the $2,000 flat-screen Ultra HD TV the deceased bought, or in the ground swimming pool, and how that was such an amazing day. One of my childhood friends passed away, and on the online obituary, where you can fill in remembrances, it was mentioned by one of our friends about playing street hockey down somebody's basement when we were kids with the deceased he remembers most. Our deceased friend was a modest and simple person. A past friend of mine, I found out, bought $1 million home. I wonder who will be mentioning this when he is dead, the day he bought that. Something tells me it's going to be the fishing stories instead, and the exaggerations. Completely agree. Once you're dead, the only people who will care about your wealth will be the ones hoping to inherit some of it. Why the fuck is this so true? People literally only look at people with money because they think that there is something special about them. Most of the time, they were born into money. They were born at the right time. They had the right circumstances to amass all the wealth that they did. And of course, some of them, yes, made it from the bottom, and they did it with hard work and hard grit. But that's not most of the majority out here. We need to stop putting rich people on a pedestal like they're anything but people with money. We need to stop giving money so much worth in our lives. Imagine how much potential we could all have as human beings if we had all of our needs met in the first place. You know, instead of scrambling to find a job, to amass some money so that you can stay afloat in this life. This is not any life to be living. I need you to prove to me otherwise that we are not living a dystopian society already. Dystopian? I never know how to pronounce that word. If my pronunciations aren't right, that's because I'm not really from here. Okay, I'm an island girl. I have traveled to many islands as a kid and only just recently moved here to America. Always have been a citizen. My parents have always been American, but I myself don't truly feel American because I did not grow up here. My dad left regardless, and he never really wanted to be in America. And I used to wonder why, in the first place, why wouldn't anybody want to be in America? Why wouldn't anyone want to be an American? And now I see it. I've grown up. My view of the world has expanded. They always say, the more I see, the less I know. The more that you learn, the less that you know. That's learning. It's always a constant process. As I've said, that's what we do as humans. We evolve. We are meant to evolve. If you're not growing, you are rotting. You don't grow, you rot. But yes, the only people who care about your wealth will be the ones hoping to inherit some of it. Oh, this person died with this much money? Can I get a piece? That's all they care about. Nobody cares that you had bought a Ferrari when you were alive if I'm not going to get a piece of it. If I'm not even going to inherit some of that wealth, what does it matter to me? In the end, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you died rich. You still died. You're still dead, and you are no longer here. And this person, called Aggressive Soil, said, "So what, LOL? Your argument is that we all die, so we shouldn't care about the precious time we have? Also, who cares if they mention us when we are dead? We are fucking dead." That's the point, Aggressive Soil. Nobody said that we shouldn't care about the precious time that we have here. We are trying to tell you that what you see as meaningful isn't all that goddamn meaningful. And the grand scheme of things, it's just money. We are the only species that put money at worth. We're the only species that die for it. We're the only species that clout chase for money. That's all it is at the end of the day, money and attention. Because attention gets you money. That's why they say there is no bad publicity. It's because it is the feeling of hoarding wealth. Having resources to live is an evolutionary trait. Once that has been met, and the remaining amount is obscenely beyond that, it's a bug, not a feature. Self-awareness and unattachment free you from what can consume your well-being and happiness. Yes, they do. And that's why I always say we could all do with some more self-awareness. The world does not revolve around you. Romanticize your life if that's what works for you, but don't ignore the fact that there are so many issues. The world isn't perfect, and just because it's working for you doesn't mean it's working for everybody else. Why are y'all complaining? Stop complaining. Get to work. Hustle like I did. I made it. Why can't you? I suffered. Why can't you? It was a different time, different setting. You might have had some luck. You might have had some help. You might have had the opportunities to make it to where you are. People like to forget that you must have opportunity in the first place. If I was born on an island and I couldn't get off the damn island, and my island had no internet, no electricity, you expect me to learn how to become a software developer? You expect me to just figure it out? It's a lot. And again, I can do more of these. It's called Closeted Thoughts for a reason, because these are unpopular opinions. If there were popular opinions, we would have had change going on by now instead of going back in time. Thanks, SCOTUS. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for making me feel less valued as a member of society. Thank you for reminding me that women still don't have as many rights as men do. Thank you for reminding me that you don't give a shit about what happens to women. Because I was starting to forget. I never thought that Roe v. Wade would be overturned. I never thought that would ever be a possibility. I thought it was already written into law. I thought that it was there to stay. It was stuck. But no, now we are overturning laws because, I don't know, you need more wage slaves. People are paying you to change these laws. Whatever your reasoning may be, it's not good. This is not helping women. Contrary to popular belief, you forced birthers, not pro-lifers, forced birthers, that is what you are. You want to go around telling women that we should have babies no matter what. Did you get raped? Did your birth control fail? Did you just not know that your condom broke? Did something go wrong? Whether it was your fault or not, you need to have that child because we need wage slaves. Why else would you want a kid born into a household with no love, to be neglected, to barely be cared for, a child that could barely be afforded, if at all? Thank you, government, for helping me feed my child with a mini check once a month. Make raising kids easier, and then maybe we will decide to have kids. You can't just see the world being shit and circumstances being shit and then deciding, oh yeah, you definitely should want to have children during this. COVID just happened, guys. Inflation is out of control. Everything is expensive. People cannot afford to live. And you're out here wondering why women don't want to have babies? ¿Por qué? Tone deaf. Look around you, look around you, look around you, look around you. Read for once. Look at a news article. See what's happening around the world. Don't just stay complacent. If you want us to have kids, make it easier for us to have kids. And I don't mean banning abortions. That doesn't make it easier. Now you're just forcing us to have kids. Anyway, my hour is up. If I talk for much longer, I'm going to bang my head against the wall when it comes to editing this footage. Thank you for watching. I saw in an Instagram comment somebody's username called The Angry Uterus, and that is how I feel. That is how I feel. I'm an angry uterus. And I will be until things go back to changing for the better. I don't care what you have to say. You are a forced birther. You feel like your beliefs should be forced onto other people, but y'all hate vegans. Y'all are doing what the vegans are trying to do to everybody else. And I don't care if you're a vegan pro-lifer either. It doesn't matter. Your opinion is shit. It means nothing to me. You're a forced birther. End of conversation. Have a nice day. Thank you guys for watching. I will be back with more rants, more unpopular opinions with Reddit. I only got through like 3 slides today, but a bitch was fired up, okay? I care about these issues, and that's why I decided to start this series called Closeted Thoughts. So, if you find some worth in what I'm saying, feel free to subscribe to my channel. If you're a hater, feel free to subscribe to my channel. That way, you can always be on top of when you should hate on a video. You don't want to miss out on that. Make sure that you're the first to hate on my video. Okay? Peace. Peace out, motherfuckers. Maya out. Alright, let me try that again. Maya out.